Let's start at the very beginning. How did your journey here actually start?
So, how did my journey actually start in Dubai? Well, first off, let's go back to the Netherlands. That's where I grew up. Yeah, I just grew up as a normal kid, I guess. I wasn't really that great in school. My grades weren't the best. But yeah, I still managed high school, and after that, I actually decided I didn't want to go to uni. I just wanted to, I don't know, do my thing. Try to make some money, I guess. And back then I had a phone shop. I was repairing phones, laptops, PlayStations, whatever. And I was managing to get by. I was making around €1,000 a month. I mean, for an 18-year-old, that's all right. But of course, how did I end up in Dubai? So basically, I went here on holiday with my father. And I just felt the energy of the city. It was like very positive. And then I decided to just stay in Dubai. Of course, I went back to the Netherlands. I stayed there for a week and came back to Dubai, and I don't know, was trying to survive. Because I didn't really have that much money at that point. I had around €5,000 in savings, which isn't that much. So I needed a place to rent, of course. And with a very low budget, the only place you can rent is an international city, which is not that great of a place to stay in because, yeah, it's very crowded. It's not that clean. But yeah, I still managed to survive there. And I was renting a partition for around €250 a month, which was like 1,000 dirhams a month. Still quite expensive for a partition, but all right. But yeah, money's gonna run out, so I had to look for a job.
What was that period like for you personally?
What was that period like for me personally? I mean, for me, it wasn't that bad because I kind of like the adventure. I think most people, they probably will just go back to their home country and live quite comfortably. But I like a challenge, and that's kind of what kept me through it as well. You know, the challenge of hustling and surviving, that I think was the main motivator for me. So after hustling a bit into the real estate market, I got my first money to buy a car. So I bought back then I think it was a Lexus IS 250. It was from 2007. It's a 20,000 dirham car. Runs great. It does the job. I had to pick up clients with it. But I really love that car, you know, and I really appreciated just getting from point A to point B and being alone and driving alone. That's what I really appreciated. It taught me, like, you have to enjoy the smaller things in life, I guess. It's not all about money.
How did real estate come into the picture?
How did real estate come into the picture? Yeah, that's a great question. So I told you guys I was living in international city, right? And money was gonna run out, right? Because I was just paying rent, I was buying food for myself. So yeah, I had to find a job. And I was looking for some restaurants to work in, so I was just walking around that region, looking for a place to work, restaurants, tea shop, whatever. I was just trying to earn some money. But unfortunately, nobody wanted to hire me for some reason. I don't know why. But I walked into a real estate brokerage, and they said, yeah, you can start working, but unfortunately, it's not a salary-based job, it's a commission-based job. The main thing that convinced me was the boss saying, you're not gonna get a salary, but you can make more money than someone who runs a business as a real estate broker. So hearing that, I was like, let's just give it a go. Let me try it for 2 months, and happily I was able to close some deals within those 2 months. Not big deals, but smaller rent deals. So enough to survive.
At what point did you start thinking differently about the industry?
The point after half a year into the market, I found out everybody was saying there's a lot of demand from international investors. But I didn't really feel it back then. But once I started doing social media, I was doing marketing, I really started to feel the leads coming in. And then I felt the actual demand of Dubai, and actual demand for people to put their money into a safe haven. And that's where I came in and helped them with their investments, of course.
So where did House of Orange come from?
So House of Orange came from the idea that we are a small boutique brokerage, mainly focused for Dutch investors, but of course we also are focused more on the European market in generally. And the main point is also that I'm Dutch and we have also some Dutch brokers, and we gotta represent the Netherlands, of course, so that's why House of Orange, and orange is the national color of the Netherlands.
What do you think really sets House of Orange apart?
What set us apart is we really try to give the clients a personalized service instead of just doing the numbers game, getting the lead and then just trying to close a deal and just do that all over again and again and again. That's not how we do it as House of Orange. We really try to help the clients. Like, for example, if they have any question regarding Dubai, maybe company setup, or let's, for example, opening a bank account, or let's say, for example, any tax questions, they need help with relocation, golden visas, we're actually able to help them with that instead of just selling them a property. And for the brokers, we are a boutique agency and it's constantly evolving. Like, we try to be a smaller team and less micromanaging. So instead of those big corporations, we don't micromanage that much, and we are really focused on making sure the broker, so we try to give our brokers the best support, the best marketing, the best trainings, of course, and that's how we're trying to set us apart. And our social media presence is very strong, and that's how I feel like we are trying to build one of the best brokerages in Dubai.
What's next for you and the company?
What's next for me and the company? For me, I would like to build a very successful business, of course, trying to scale up the business a bit, to get more agents involved and to give them better support, better trainings, better marketing, of course. And that's kind of my main goal. And in the future, I would like to go into development. That's one thing I always wanted to do from a very young age, is to have a building with my name on it, or the company's name, of course. So by the end of the day, I'm very proud of what I have achieved in the last 3.5 years. And I'm very proud of my company, my staff, and like we're an amazing team together, and I only see us growing.